Pittsburgh Steelers, they're like riding an amazing roller coaster. It's exhilarating. It's fun. You laugh. But if you ride it too often, you get sick. I mean, sorry. 12 penalties, 6 turnovers? But the opposite is they had 7 sacks. That led the NFL. J.J. Watt had 4. That leads the NFL. And they got you almost 6 yards of play. But, man, they got to button it up. They got to tighten it up. They're a mess right now. And now Cleveland's good enough, so when you don't play well, you just tie them. Pittsburgh 10. Said before the season, Carolina Panthers have the best front 7 defense in the NFL, and they proved it. Cowboys couldn't run the football. 21 straight games for Carolina's defense without allowing a 100-yard rusher. Ezekiel Elliott got off 2 good runs all day. And they're also sneaky good at home. 6 straight wins at home. They were 6-2 last year at home. They also had 6 sacks. That was the second behind the Steelers in the NFL. I may sometimes struggle with Cam Newton, but this front 7 defensively is just men. Carolina number 9. Green Bay Packers. Everybody has them going to the Super Bowl. My reservation is this. They still can't run the football. You can't every week need Aaron Rodgers to be a superhero. And I like their offensive line. They've upgraded at corners. They have a decent pass rush. But of the 32 NFL teams, only 3 had a worse day running the football. Well, Chicago's good. You looked at the NFC? A lot of good defenses. They play another one this week. It's called Minnesota. I like Green Bay, but you can't ask Aaron Rodgers, who, for the record, hurt again, to carry this franchise every week. Minnesota Vikings. Now, again, I like the Minnesota Vikings. I've said they're going to pull back a little this year. New quarterback, new coordinator, way tougher schedule. But they are allowing only 15.8 points a game dating back to last year, and that's the best in the league. There is no roster in the NFL. They may not have as many A players as the Rams or the Eagles, but I don't know if there's a roster with more B to B plus players than Minnesota. Jimmy G, there were moments, and I know the Niners are rebuilding that O-line and that running game, but there were moments he looked petrified. Vikings at 7. Let's not sell all our stock on the Atlanta Falcons. Memo, it's hard to win in Philadelphia. They keep losing in Philadelphia. They only allowed 232 yards against the Eagles. That was the 3rd best defensive performance of the weekend, and they had the 2nd best pass defense in the NFL after week 1. So their problem was they had 15 penalties, and they were bad in the red zone. But it's a team that's probably going to win 7 of the next 8 weeks. I have them winning the division. Yeah, Matt Ryan drives me crazy in the red zone, but he's not mobile enough to run it in the red zone. He doesn't have a cannon to squeeze it in little, keyholes in the red zone. They're not going to be a great red zone team, but they're still a really, really good football team. New England Patriots. Best coach in the league, best quarterback in the league, and they had 36 yards in penalties, fewest in the league. At times, they're the opposite of the Steelers. You question New England's talent, but lordy, are they buttoned up. 36 penalty yards. Here's what's amazing. Even when you think Houston's coming to town, and they got, J.J. Watt, and they got, Jadeveon Clowney, and you're like, oh, pass rush. They didn't touch Brady until the 4th quarter. They audible out of problems. New England 5. Kansas City, 9 straight wins over the Chargers, and that's saying something because the Chargers got players. Here's the other thing. Even Vegas acknowledges that fumbles are sort of random, but after a while, if you keep being randomly good, I'm going to go with you're just good. They have the fewest turnovers since the beginning of last year. Like, they just don't give you opportunities. I don't love their defense, but Patrick Mahomes is real. Andy Reid's one of the great game planners and strategists in the league. And their offensive personnel, wow. Tyreek Hill makes fast guys look slow. He's got that Deion Sanders gear. I got the Chiefs at 4. Philadelphia, they were good. They added better players. They had Michael Bennett, Haloti Ngata. They were already good. And they were also without Carson Wentz in week 1 and beat a team that's going to be around at the end of the year, Atlanta. Philadelphia's good. I was wrong on Doug Peterson. When he came over, I was like, he didn't even call plays with Andy Reid. How good's Doug Peterson? They're clever. They're smart. When it calls for it, they're wildly creative. And they've held Atlanta, a high-powered offense, to 22 points in their last 2 meetings. Philadelphia 3. Said it before the season started. My dark horse to win it all is the Baltimore Ravens. They're good on the lines. That was the most points scored in 3 years in the NFL. My bad, 4. Held Buffalo to 153 yards. Now the Bills they're rebuilding their O-line. And Baltimore always has a Mike Tyson quality at home against bad quarterback play. I mean, they'll just beat you up. But there's something about Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, when he feels a little heat, is a different quarterback. He just is. Remember that Super Bowl run? He was looking for a contract. He was outstanding. Joe Flacco's 10-5 in the playoffs. Joe Flacco's got into Foxborough and beaten Tom Brady. I got the Ravens at 2. I'm not trying to be an L.A. homer, but, what's the Rams' weakness? O-line, above average. D-line, scary. Receivers, good to really good. Secondary now, fantastic. Running back, amazing. Head coach, amazing. Defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips, exceptional. Special teams, best punter, best kicker. I guess their linebackers are a little okay, but, I watched their linebackers last night against Derek Carr. If that's the weakness, this team's probably going to be playing early in February. They were already good. They added Marcus Peters, Ndamukong Suh, Brandon Cooks, Aqib Talib, Sam Shields. And Jared Goff now, boy, he looked comfortable last night. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.